to today's yoga class. So today's class is going to be 1 hour. I hope everyone is doing well and not going to stir crazy at home. Hopefully this will help. So we're going to start off in a seated position, whatever's comfortable for you. You can either sit cross-legged or you can sit on the heels. Just find your comfortable position and keeping the eyes closed. Start to focus your attention on your breath. So we're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Try to keep your exhale longer than your inhale. And just any thoughts that are floating around in the head, just let them drift away. Try not to focus any attention on them. Just keep your awareness on the breath. How does your body feel? Scan your body and just take note of any tight areas. You might feel a little bit stiff from working at home, sitting at a desk. Just keep focusing your attention on that inhale. Expand the lungs. And exhale. Nice and steady and slow. Open your eyes. We're just going to start by warming through the body, warming up the spine. So let's start. Inhale, reach that left arm up and over. Take a nice reach over to the right side. Stretching down the left side of the body. Inhale, bring both arms up, reach and lengthen the spine. Exhale, come over to the left side. Stretching that right arm up and over. Opening out through that right side of the body. Keep breathing. Inhale again, reach the arms. And exhale, coming over to the right side. Try to keep both sit bones on the mat. And you can keep your arm up if you need to. Again, come back through center, inhale and reach. And exhale, stretch over to the left. Keep opening the chest. Come back to center. This time, reach and inhale. We're going to take a twist over to the right side. Just a gentle twist. We don't want to force anything here. We're not warm yet. Inhale, arms back to center. Exhale, twist to the left side. Inhale again, arms up, reach and extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through the center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, reach. And exhale, bring the hands down. So now we're going to mobilize the shoulders, which you definitely need to do if you've been sat awkwardly this week, working from home, maybe on the sofa, hunched, if you've not got a desk. This will really be helpful for you. So we're going to do some shoulder rotations. So you really want to keep the elbows together at the front. And we're going to draw the biggest circle that you can with the elbows. So we want to go up and back. We're going to do this 8 times in this direction. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to go the opposite direction, so coming forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now just give the wrist a little roll. So we're going to do the same, draw circles around in one direction, and then we're going to do the same in the opposite direction. So reverse, just releasing the wrists. And now let's stretch the wrist. So pointing the right fingers down, and you just want to pull those fingers back with the left hand. So we're feeling the stretch now on the inside of the wrist and forearm. Do the same on the other side. Pulling those left fingertips down towards the floor, stretching through the wrist. And now to release the tops of the wrist, make little birdie's beaks, and then just press the beaks down. It's strange, but it works. So you'll feel the stretch now down the tops of the wrist and hands. And release, shake it out. We're just going to do some small half circles with the neck. So bringing the right ear to the right shoulder and just drop the head down, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, and then rock forward again to the opposite side. So we're just going to do half semicircle here. Half semicircle, half circle. You know what I mean. Just releasing the neck. Now bring the hands, interlock the fingers behind the head and just drop the chin to the chest. So we're not pulling with the hands, we're just helping the gravity to pull the head down. Release the hands, drop the head back, lift the chin to the ceiling. And release. Now let's come on to all fours. So we're going to run through our cat-cow. So our hands are under the shoulders and the knees are under the hips. As we inhale, the tailbone lifts up. We're rolling through our spine. The shoulder blades come together. The chest lifts up. And as we exhale, the tailbone comes down. Arch through the spine. Chin comes to chest, tummy in. Inhale, come up into your cow. And exhale into cat. So you want to move nice and slowly through these, as if you were really working through every vertebrae of the spine, Imagine it's like a bicycle chain. We really want to mobilize the spine and get it nice and lubricated. One more time, inhale up and exhale back down, chin to chest. Now come back into your neutral position and we're just going to activate the core. So tucking the toes here, staying in this position, and you really want to activate through your core so that we can lift the knees just slightly, a couple of inches off the mat. So take a nice deep inhale and we lift. Just hover those knees and release. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift. Keep breathing. And release. One more time. Inhale, lift. Keeping your core nice and tight, keep pressing the floor away with the hands. And release. Coming down now into your child's pose. So you want to spread the knees out towards the edges of the mat. Try and keep the sit bones on the heels. And just walk the hands forward. Stretching the arms out in front, and you can place the forehead onto the mat. If you have a block or a cushion or a book or anything that you want to use as your block for today, you can also just rest the forehead on the block. While you're in your child's pose, breathe nice and deep. You want to feel the expansion down in the lower back. So you'll start to feel your lungs and rib cage expand. Take a few deep breaths here before we come up into our first downward facing dog. So to come into downward dog, we're keeping our hands and fingers spread out nicely on the mat. Index fingers are pointing forwards. You want to tuck in the toes, bring the knees back under the hips, and lift the hips up towards the ceiling. You want to imagine you're pointing your tailbone up towards the ceiling. So slowly peel your way up into your downward facing dog. And just walk the dog. So we just want to press that left heel down and then the right heel down and just swaying the hips from side to side. We just want to work our way through the backs of the legs. Just starting to warm the body up and open up. Keep breathing in this downward dog. And if you want to come and settle into your downward dog, you can. Maybe you want to keep the knees bent to start with. Because we're going to be working through this now, so you'll start to feel the legs open more as we get a little bit warmer. Slowly walk the feet towards the hands at the top of the mat. You can stay here in your forward fold for a minute. Just take a few deep breaths, keeping the knees bent if your hamstrings are tight. And then slowly roll through the spine to come all the way up, keeping the head the last thing to come up. Roll the shoulders down and back. And we're going to go through our sun salutation now, sun salutation A. So let's start in our mountain pose. feet hip distance apart. Activate the legs. So you want to feel like you're sort of trying to lift the kneecaps up to activate. Keeping the shoulders down, away from the ears, standing nice and tall. Feel this lift coming through the crown of the head, so as if somebody was pulling you from the top of the head to stand nice and tall. Now as we inhale, we reach the arms up, overhead, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we fold over the legs. You can bend the knees if you need to. Fingertips come to the mat, look between the legs. Inhale, lift halfway, straighten the spine and bring the hands onto the shins. Exhale, fingertips down, stepping that right foot back, coming into a lunge position. So you want to just check that your knee is over the ankle, in line with the ankle. Keep the chest lifted and look forward in your lunge. Placing the hands flat on the mat, inhale and bring that left foot back into plank. Keeping the shoulders over the wrists, keeping the core nice and tight. As we exhale, bring the knees, chest and chin to the mat. Eyes are gazing forward and the elbows are in. Inhale, slide the belly forward and lift up into cobra. So we're just slightly lifting, peeling the chest off the mat, keeping the elbows tucked into the waist. Exhale, we push back into our downward facing dog. So come up onto the knees first, transition through the knees, tuck the toes and lift the hips towards the ceiling. Inhale, we step the right foot between the hands, back into your lunge position. Exhale, step the left foot back between the hands. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Let's do the left side. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands down. Left foot steps back into that lunge position. Check your alignment. Keeping the chest lifted, look forward. Inhale and step back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, slide the belly forward and just lift into your cobra. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. Inhale, step that left foot between the hands back into your lunge. Inhale, step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Round two. Inhale, reach. And exhale, fold. Look between the legs. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, place the hands down, step the right foot back into your lunge. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, come to your cobra. Peel the chest up. Exhale, come into your downward facing dog. Lift the hips to the ceiling. Inhale, step the right foot between the hands. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Left side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Remember to keep the knees bent if you need to, if your hamstrings are tight. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, place the hands down. Step that left foot back, coming into lunge. Inhale, step back into your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale, slide the belly forward, lift into your cobra. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot between the hands. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, come up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more round. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come to cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot between the hands. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart. Left side, last one. Inhale to reach and lengthen. Exhale, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step the left foot back into your lunge. Inhale, step the right foot back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, slide forward. Come to your upward, your cobra. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot between the hands. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Now drop the hands by your sides. Grounding down through all four corners of the feet. Standing nice and tall in our mountain pose. You can close the eyes. And just take a few deep breaths. You should start to feel nice and warm in the body now. Deep inhale. Expand the chest. So coming now into your balancing, so you can stay where you are, but you really want to ground down now through all four corners of that right foot so that we're connecting with the earth to give us some stability. Bring that left foot up and you can place that on the inside of the shin or on the inside of the thigh. Just see what feels better for you. Just avoid the knee. You can bring your hands to heart center, or if you want to challenge your balance, you can bring the arms up overhead, focusing on one point in front of you that's not moving. My balance is not good this morning. So keep breathing into this pose. Keep pressing all four corners into the floor, grounding down. Like the roots of a tree, we really want to connect with the earth. From here, bring that left knee out in front. See if you can keep the balance without dropping the foot. Coming into our warrior three. So hinging now from the hips. And you want to bring the chest parallel with the floor. Kicking that left leg out behind you, toes pointing towards the mat. Keeping the hips parallel to the floor. You can put a slight micro bend in the right knee. This helps you to keep your stability. And try to keep this left hip from lifting up. So if you've got tight hamstrings, you're really going to feel a stretch also now through that standing leg. You can reach the arms out in front to to challenge the balance more. And now we're going to come into a high lunge. So drop that left foot back, bend into the right knee, sinking down into the hips, staying high on those back toes. Lift the chest and inhale to reach the arms up. Keep breathing here in your high lunge. Keep active in that back leg. Now bring the hands down onto the mat. Step back into your downward facing dog. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. So pressing the heels down towards the mat. Looking between the legs. Keep lifting the tailbone towards the ceiling. And then slowly walk the feet towards the hands. And we're going to do the same on the opposite side. So coming into your tree now on the left side. So we're going to ground down through this left foot, bringing the right foot either onto the shin or onto the inner thigh. So you really want to be, as much as you're pressing the foot into the thigh, you want to be pressing the thigh into the foot. And this is what's going to help keep the foot from stopping slipping. Bringing the hands into heart center or above the head. And just keep breathing and focusing on a point in front of you that's not moving to keep your balance. And now without dropping the foot, see if you can bring the right knee out in front. And let's go into Warrior 3. So hinging now from the hips, stretching the arms forward, kicking the leg back. Keep kicking and stretching in opposite directions. Feel as if there was a wall behind you, that you were pressing that foot flat on the wall. So you're like a capital letter T with the body. And now place that right foot, back. Sinking into the hips, we're coming into our high lunge. So stay high on those left toes. You may need to shuffle the left toes forward a little bit. Inhale to reach the arms up. Lift the chest. Feel that back leg burning and working hard to keep you up. Exhale, bring those hands down and step back into downward facing dog. Few deep breaths. This is your recovery pose. So you want to try and get your downward dog to be as comfortable but still active. Now let's go for a little bit of core work. So inhale, lift that right leg up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, we want to tap that right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, we send the leg back up towards the ceiling into your three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, lift the leg back up to the sky or the ceiling. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow, right knee to left elbow, tap it there. Inhale, lift the leg back up again, point the toes. And as we exhale, bring that right foot between the hands. And you want to place the left foot parallel with the back of the mat. Coming up into your warrior two. Stretching the arms out beside you. So again, checking your alignment. You want this right knee to be in line with the right ankle. And you're really pressing down through that left foot. You want the outer edge of the left foot also to be pressing into the mat. Keep stretching the arms out the side, looking over that right palm. Staying active in both legs, so we're not dumping down into the right leg. You really want to be pressing equally with both feet. Inhale, flip that right palm and reverse the warrior. So you don't want any weight in this back hand. Keep the legs as they are in warrior two. You can wrap that left hand around the back and just rest it on the right thigh. Keep breathing. Exhale, come back into your warrior two. From here, bring that right arm to rest on the right thigh, and the left hand is going to come overhead into your side angle. If you want to go deeper, you can bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot and keep that arm stretching overhead. Remember to keep pressing down through the outer edge of that left leg to keep the leg nice and active. You can also use your block if you need to. Keep breathing, don't forget to breathe. From here, bring both hands to frame that right foot. Turn the left foot to face forward. Keeping that left hand on the inside of the right foot, and just turn and twist to open the chest towards the right side. So this time we're lifting the hand up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing here. Sorry, I've got my back to you. Bring both hands down now to frame the right foot. Step that foot back into your downward facing dog. And now hopefully you will feel the difference that this is definitely a recovery pose compared to your warriors. You can relax and breathe. Don't worry if your heels don't reach the mat. It's not the aim here. Let's go for the left side. So inhale, lift that left leg up towards the ceiling into your three-leg dog. Exhale, tap the left elbow and left knee. Inhale, lift the leg to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Hollow the belly. Keeping that core nice and tight. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, tap the knee to the right elbow. Opposite elbow. Inhale, lift the leg. And exhale, we step it through. Stepping the left foot between the hands now. Placing the right foot parallel with the back of the mat. Coming into your warrior two. Keep stretching the arms out by the sides. Looking now over the left palm. Try not to let this knee drop in. If it means adjusting your back leg, to keep that knee over the ankle, and do that. Keep pressing down through both feet to keep lifted in the body. Flip that left palm now. Let's reverse the warrior. Inhale and reverse. You can wrap that right hand round, keeping the legs where they are. Keep lifting the chest towards the ceiling. Come back into warrior two. And from here, we're going to go into side angle, placing that left arm on the left thigh and reaching that right arm overhead. So you want to keep that thigh parallel with the mat. Again, you have your options. You can bring that left hand on the inside of the left foot. Keep pressing down through the right foot. Stay active in both legs. You should be feeling a little burn in the thigh. Now bring both hands to frame that left foot. Turn the right toes so we're now facing forward. Bring that right hand on the inside of the left foot and turn and twist to look over the left side. Again, staying active in that right leg. So if you bring the heels above the toe, you'll notice that your leg is more active. Keep reaching that left fingers towards the ceiling. Keep breathing in this twist. And now bring the hands down, step back into your downward facing dog. Deep breaths. From here, lifting that right leg up, point the toes towards the ceiling into your three-leg dog. You can open the hip here. So the right heel comes towards the left side, opening the hips in the sky. Now bring that right foot forward. And we want to place it on the outside of the right hand. Place that left knee down. We're going to come into our lizard pose. So from here, you can stay as you are with the hands extended, or you can lower down. You can come onto your elbows. If you're very tight in the hips, this might not be possible, so you can always use a block or a book. And just come down onto that instead. Keep breathing here. Releasing any tension that you have left stored in the hips. Slowly come up, turn the foot out 45 degrees, and you just want to open out those hips here. You can rest the hand on the thigh, and just slowly turn to look over the right shoulder, just to feel a little opening in the hips. Come back to center, and now let's walk that foot across the mat, coming into our pigeon. So check that that left leg is nice and straight behind you before we come down. So we want to lengthen the spine, make sure that the hips are square. And we slowly fold over the legs. So you want your knee to be slightly on the outer edge of the right hip, and your right heel is going to come towards the left hip. Slowly start to fold over. Again, you can use your blocks if you need to. If the stretch is too much for you, you can bring the body higher. And just keep breathing into the stretch. So you should feel this stretch now in the glutes. It's really good for any sciatic pain that you might have. Releasing now through the lower back, through the glutes, and through the back of the leg. Depending on how flexible you are, you can lower down. But just keep on breathing into this stretch. Bring those hands flat on the mat. And now tuck in those left toes and see if you can send that right leg all the way back up into your three-legged dog. Lift and place the foot down. Do the same on the left side. Inhale to lift that left leg towards the sky, open out the hip. So just letting that leg drop now towards the right, opening the hip. And as we exhale, step that left foot on the outside of the left hand and come into your lizard pose. So stretching that right leg now behind you. Make sure it's nice and straight. And slowly come down into your lizard. So wherever you can. You probably have one side that's tighter than the other. That's perfectly normal. Keep breathing nice and deep. And every time you exhale, imagine all the tension is being released through your exhale. Slowly come up and turn those toes out 45 degrees. You can rest the hand on the thigh just to slightly open more as you turn and look over the left shoulder. Now coming into the pigeon, we're going to take that little foot for a walk. Left foot walks over to the right side of the mat, bend the knee, coming into your pigeon. Again, check that that right leg is nice and straight behind you and that the hips are square. We want to lengthen before we fold. So keep nice and long. Take a deep inhale and exhale, fold over the legs. Come into your pigeon stretch. Keep focusing on your inhale. Send it to the tight spots. And with your exhale, feel the tension release. Slowly bring yourself back up and pressing your hands into the floor, tuck in those right toes. We're going to send this left leg back up towards the ceiling into your three-legged dog, keeping your core nice and tight. Lift the leg and come into your downward facing dog. From here we're going to jump and our feet want to land on the outsides of the hands. So we're coming into our low squat. Bringing the hands into prayer position. So you really want to open out through the hips in the groin area by pressing our hands on the insides of the thighs, our arms, sorry, pressing the palms together to open out the hips more, and just breathe here. This is a good one. Just keep breathing, exhaling the tension from the hips. You can close your eyes. And from here, we're going to go into crow. So the group that this video is for, we've been working on our crow in the past few weeks. So from here, you want to try and keep this connection. So you want to keep this leg and arm connection. Bring the hands flat on the floor, and you just want to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. You may want to bring the toes in, but you really want to keep feeling how this connection should feel as we slowly rock forward. So again, you might want to use cushions, you might need to use a block. You will definitely feel more comfortable if you've got cushions in front of you, because it will stop you from having the fear factor. So as you rock the body forward, maybe you only lift one toe off and just stay. Then change sides. You might want to lift the other toe. Or if you really want to go for it, keep squeezing the thighs against the arms, rock forward and lift. And you can just keep playing around with it. And then when you're finished with your crow, you can take a seat. Stretching the legs out in front. We really want to move any flesh so that we're on our sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. You can place our hands at the base of the spine to lengthen. We go into our forward fold. So you might want to keep your knees bent if you're tight in your hamstrings. Inhale and reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold. Reach for the toes. Doesn't matter if you can't reach your toes, you can reach the ankles or the shins. Bringing the chest onto the thighs. And I like to slowly then slide my feet away from me. So we want to still feel this lengthening in the spine. So we're reaching our chest. Imagine you're trying to reach your chest towards your toes. Keep stretching the body over the legs. And when you feel that you've got to your edge, you can just rest the head down. And just stay here in your forward fold. Keep breathing. Keep lengthening through the spine. And then slowly come up. Bringing the feet together, the soles of the feet. You can bring the hands clasped around the feet. You might want to shuffle your hips towards the heels as you open out through the groin. Now grab hold of your feet. You want to open the feet as if you were opening a book. just to open out the hips more. Lengthen the spine over the legs, and then you might just want to fold forward. See how you feel. Stay with your breath. Bring the knees together. Give yourself a little hug. And now slowly we're going to lower to the mat. So bring those shins parallel to the mat. Keeping the core nice and strong here. Reaching the arms by the sides of the legs as we slowly lower down to the mat. And now you can just bend the knees, keeping the feet flat on the floor, coming into our shoulder bridge. So you want to be able to brush the heels of the feet with the fingertips. And take a deep inhale. We're going to peel those hips off the mat and lift towards the ceiling. You can clasp the hands together underneath the body and just keep lifting the chest, opening through the heart. And even with this gap between the legs, you want to feel as though you're trying to squeeze your thighs together. So it'll help you to create some length in the spine. The chin is slightly tucked into the chest. So you want to feel the weight on the shoulders, you don't want any pain in the neck. Keep lifting, keep squeezing the thighs, and keep breathing. From here, slowly lowering all the way down. Bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a little hug. Come up from side to side. And we're going to come into our shoulder stand from here. So option, ladies, if it's the time of the month for you, you can come against a wall and bring those legs up the wall and just relax here. Otherwise, for those that want to come into your shoulder stand, coming from the position that we were in, pressing the floor away from you with the hands to lift the hips up towards the sky, and you just want to place your hands flat on the base of the back. Chin is tucked into the chest. You should feel no pain in the neck. So we're just balancing here. The weight is on the shoulders. Point the toes towards the ceiling. And you just want to take nice, long, deep breaths. No need to move the head or the neck. You can close your eyes. Just keep breathing here. If you want to play around with your legs carefully, you can. Stretching them out. You can bring the soles of the feet together. Let's take 5 more deep breaths from now. Nice one. And then slowly lower the knees onto the forehead. Just take a moment here before we roll back. So release the hands and slowly roll the spine back out onto the mat. From here we're going to go into our fish pose. So pointing the toes away from you. And you want to bring the hands, palms face down underneath the sit bones. Bring the hands together. Point the toes at the bottom of the mat. And press those elbows into the mat to lift the chest up. As you lift the chest up, the head is going to drop back and you can just rest on the crown of the head. Keep pointing the toes away from you. Keep the chest lifted. So your head should be in contact with the floor. Don't leave the head hanging. And keep the chest lifting, the heart opening. The throat opening. Nice deep breaths here. And then slowly release. Hug both of the knees into the chest. And now bring both of the knees over to the left side. Stretch that right arm out beside you and look towards the right palm. Feel this nice twist. Slowly bring the knees back into the center and drop them over to the right side. This time stretching that left palm out beside you, look towards the left hand. Keep breathing here. Bringing both legs back into center. Give yourself one final last big hug before we relax everything down. So now stretching the feet out to the edges of the mat, making sure that the shoulder blades are nice and flat on the mat. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Arms come beside you, palms facing up. Slightly tuck the chin towards the chest to lengthen the back of the neck. And just make any final little adjustments. Shuffle your way into your most comfortable Savasana. Focus your attention on the breath. And as you inhale, follow the breath as it travels through the body, down the spine, down the legs, all the way down to the tips of the toes. And feel all your toes relax. Feel your feet and your ankles relax. Feel your calves heavier into the mat. Relax your shins. your knees, back of the knees. Relax your thighs, relax your hips, relax your spine. Feel your shoulder blades relax. Relax your arms, your wrists and your fingers. Relax the back of the neck. Relax the head. Soften your eyes. Relax your jaw. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, feel your whole body melting down into the mat. Slowly start to bring some awareness back into your body. You can start by maybe wiggling the fingers and toes. Bring those feet together at the bottom of the mat. And reach the arms up overhead. Take a deep inhale and stretch the whole body. And exhale, relax it all down. Bring those knees into the chest one by one. Slowly roll over to the right side. Pillow the head with the arm. And then when you're ready, just slowly make your way back up into a comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes closed. And now scan the body again. Notice the differences between when you sat in this position at the beginning of the class and how you feel now. You should definitely feel more relaxed, more calm in the mind and the body. Be thankful to yourself for giving yourself this hour so you can stretch and breathe and just be. Bring your hands into heart center. Rub the palms together. Let's create some heat, some energy. Place this over the eyes. Bring the hands back to heart center. And thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you soon. Take care.